Hey, it's overnight here. So this is part two of a very low level 700 to 900 ELO just tips. It was part of a friendly game on Bel'Shir Beach. So we're not doing any massively good plays. This is just a friendly game, but we're looking at what small things we can do to improve to try to get out that 700 and 800 bracket. Um, and yeah, so part one was about efficiency, and this is part two, so it's more focused around the mid game. So um, I'm a 1,000 level player. Orange Star is a 700, so these tips are mainly for Orange Star. So these are nothing negative about Orange Star's play. This is just tips on doing things more efficiently and how to focus on the map and try to win. So, part one, like we looked at efficiency. So we both had the same opener, APC opening. If you're playing a global league game, do not do an APC opening. You will be punished. If you see someone do an APC opening, you punish them. If you got Elo on the line, you want to win that game. Don't handshake on it. Maybe handshake on it if it's high funds, but no, in standard global league, punish every mistake. But we looked at it. So in the same time up until now, I've done free movements with my APC, so free deliveries, plus 2 boosts. While Orange Star has done 1 movement, and that's it. So I've used my one more efficiently by this point. So the plans in motion is I take my top left corner, as you can see I've already done that, and I try to airport lock down in the bottom right corner. In the mid, I'm just trying to take and hold the cities just because I don't want my HQ capped. But as you can see, there's only a handful of cities in the middle, but there's lots of cities in the corner. So that's where the money is. That's really where you should be focusing your attention. And I'll talk about strong side and weak side. So the strong side is wherever the forward base is. So you've got 3 bases, 2 at the back corner, and 1 that's slightly forward. So the forward side would be your strong side. So strong side leading to the middle, or strong side leading towards your opponent's airport side. That's when I say strong side, that's what I mean. When I say weak side, that's the airport side. But yeah, let's look into it. So remember, I'm doing this for advice, like what things can you do a little bit more efficiently. So as always, if you're capping a comm tower, number one thing, really, cap that first, because it's really embarrassing when you attack something, you don't destroy it, and you're like, oh, I should have capped that comm tower first, because yes, it would have made a difference. It's embarrassing, you're going to do it eventually, but, try to minimize it. So, another thing that Orange Side did was open with an artillery. By memory, I think that the income funding led that way, so I can't say that it was a bad choice. But because it's so slow, it really didn't put pressure on the top corner for me. I wasn't really in a rush to cap cities. I was only in a rush to cap them before I got interrupted, but I wasn't really feeling overly pressured. So that's the problem with an artillery at least in the lower ELO range. You can't maximize your use of it. It's just easier if you go with a tank. Like, I mean, if an artillery in hand to rip, you got no worries. 1,300 level player plus, they can do amazing things with artillery. But at this level, the 700 to 900, maybe into the thousands, you're going to get a lot more impact from a tank. So, as you see, first thing cap that comm tower. Don't forget it, it's embarrassing. So remember, and as you can see here, there is my focus. So I've gotten all of that done, and I didn't want either of those infantry to come over and recap that city, so I just placed my battlecopter on top of it. I felt like that was just a simple block, because neither of them can attack it. And now, so over here, what I've done is I have moved the infantry down to cap the corner, but I've moved my tank to cover them, and also they cover the tank from getting first struck. I'm slowly moving my artillery forward, so I've got what my plan is to bring it down towards the middle city and place it behind the middle city, near my HQ, and then go cap in that city. That's the plan. But I also know I got the flexibility. I could take it to the top left corner and use it with my battlecopter to try to slow down that movement there. So because I got so many infantry in the middle, I am going to go cap it. But I'm also going to leave my tank nearby to cover it. So I'm kind of like, it's not really a bait, but it's a semi-bait. I'm not going to be too annoyed if he attacks it. I mean, yes, he's going to bring up the artillery, but I'm not against the fight because I've got a battlecopter and I've already capped 2 cities, so I'm happy to lose a couple of infantry. As you can see, I moved my infantry up and I boosted it, and I've prepared my infantry to transport the next unit. So remember, I was talking efficiency in part 1. So still doing that efficiency with the APC. Because this map is so choky, I wanted a battlecopter. And it's like having a forward base because it's a forward airport. So it's now covering off on that city in the middle that I'm trying to cap. So I'm going to have a lot of coverage around there. Also, good strategy is if you can build a tank from the forward base, do it. Unless, of course, it's like only missing 1-2 tiles, then it's probably better building infantry from it. So if you're looking on a map like Lucifer, for example, where you've got the forward base and the back base on the strong side, if you actually build a tank from the forward one, it only gets forward by really 1 tile. So it's better off building an infantry there, and that infantry could save 1 to 2 days of movement. But this one's different. I've got enough infantry in the middle, so what I want is a forward tank to make sure I'm really showing my dominance over the middle and the bottom corner. So we got a wall up. See how the artillery is causing the movements up there to be very slow. But yeah, anti-air is covering a lot of units. So my posturing in the middle was successful. I took it, but again, I wasn't against the fighting because I got a tank, I got a battlecopter nearby, I got almost like a tank chain coming from a strong base. It's all pretty easy. So here I am, I'm now capping my cities in the bottom right corner. So I've taken the top left, I'm very happy with that. Now I'm being cheeky and taking my opponent's corner. So I'm bringing out extra infantry just in case I get interrupted. Now my plan with my tanks now is, well, I can't fight an anti-air with battlecopters. They're only going to take 3 damage off it and get knocked out. But if I can get 1 tank strike against the anti-air, knock it down to 5 HP, then send in 1 battlecopter, knocks it down to like 2 or 3, and then finish it with the other one. That's the plan. So what I'm doing is I'm front shifting. So my tank at the bottom is going to mid, my tank in the mid is going to go up towards my HQ. And to cover this front shift, I'm bringing my artillery. Oops, there goes everything. Let's do that again, movement by movement. So yeah, that's the plan. So I'm trying to still make sure I got control over the mid, but then front shift. So that's where this movement is coming from. So obviously, I can't defend at the moment without a tank, so I'm backing off just slightly. But I'm still trying to hold my position. There goes my APC. Again, getting that value. Oh, what's that? It's another boost. So again, where is my opponent's APC? Sitting on the airport, which does bug me because it means they're not building a battlecopter, but I don't know, with the tank sitting on the HQ, I think it's unnecessary to put the APC there because I don't have enough charge to cap it, and I'm not going to set my APC on top of it because I don't want to get hit by a tank. So I think that APC could go elsewhere. I understand it, but I think that it could go elsewhere. I'm not silly, I'm not going to attack into it. Now, my other plan with building another battlecopter is sheer numbers. And anti-air can only take out one battlecopter per turn. So that means I got 2 battlecopters spare to go crazy and hit everything. So often, well, while it might seem silly on paper that you're building so many battlecopters when you know there's an anti-air nearby, sheer numbers. It can only attack one thing. It's like when you've got your opponent's got a neo tank and it's coming towards you. Throw an infantry in front of it. You can only take out one thing per turn. Throw an infantry in front of it. You got your 2 or 3 tanks can run amok, doing other things. You throw another infantry in front of it. Your guys run amok doing other things, so you can delay things. Same with like a mega tank in a high funds game. Just throw an infantry in front of it. So I don't quite agree with this move because you see I've got so many infantry around it, I could just surround that tank. So even though it doesn't happen so much on the 700 to 900 level getting trapped, that is definitely a way to get trapped. So you've always got to count the number of units nearby, especially if you park yourself against like a mountain or a wall of some kind, or the edge of the map. So my opponent Orange Star has brought up an extra infantry, but the problem is the infantry is on road, so it's 0 protection, and I've got multiple infantry and a tank nearby. So yeah, I'm going to be able to wall break that and probably trap the tank, which I think I do. So again, the artillery in the top left is doing good because it's slowly progressing. It's almost like watching a grid game, just slow moving artillery. But it's so slow. It's a tank does things so much faster and so much stronger. And because it's an artillery, it's given me time to front shift my tank up. And again, I don't think this is a smart one because you're kind of throwing that tank into the meat grinder, and for what purpose? I mean, yes, you've got multiple tanks, but you've only got 1 anti-air, and I've got 1, 2, 3 battlecopters and 1 tank, so it's about even. But it's right next to my airport, so you're right next to someone's production facility. So interrupting, this isn't a bad play, I just think it was a bit reckless. So here's the thing. Remember, we've got to think about this. Okay, so anti-air can only attack 1 battlecopter per turn, okay? Now the other thing is, if you look in that top left corner, it's kind of choky. So you got the mountain, you got the pipe, and between that there's only 2 tiles. So can you choke it up? If you want to pause the video now, the answer is yes, and just think about how you can do it. So you got to choke it. You want to clear the tank with your battlecopters, and then block it so that your battlecopters don't get hit by the anti-air. Okay, I'm going to progress now. So yes, that's what happened. So I saw it out and I thought, oh, that works for me. Oh yeah, so starting with the bottom right. So as you can see, I saw the tank and I also saw my anti-air, and both of them could have done the wall break. But the tank gave me the ability to knock that one. So it could have done it with either. So I know that I've broken that, so now I'm thinking about my wall break in the top. So here I come. So note the order that I did. So I did. I made sure that one of the tanks couldn't come up and one-shot my infantry at the top. So I made sure it's a full health one. And now I'm using my 2 battlecopters to take it out. So even if we stopped here and that was my wall, the anti-air can only attack one of them. So I took out a tank, they take a battlecopter, pretty similar. But what I decided to do was I could throw an infantry in that gap, or I could throw an APC in that gap. Essentially, I just need something that isn't one shot. So because it's a road, I figure it's a bit risky with a tank. Maybe my infantry's had some chip damage, it could be taken out. Let's put the APC there. I've done great with the APC. I think I milked it for as much value as possible. So with the APC in the top corner, that leaves the bottom section, the middle section, available for me to bring my battlecopters in. So having more battlecopters is always good. So a good rule of thumb is if someone builds a battlecopter, you build one anti-air. If someone builds two battlecopters, maybe, but then if they build three battlecopters, you need that second anti-air. So think of it as a 3-to-2 ratio. Three battlecopters, you need two anti-air. Or 1-to-1 and then 3-to-2. So here I'm just positioning again. I've worked out what I needed to do. Now, I wasn't able to block up the tank because that APC got in the way, but I was able to first strike it, which I think was beneficial. Now here is me being cheeky, so let's take that back. So I saw those two infantry at the bottom. They're separate from everything else. There's no tanks guarding them, nothing's guarding them. They're both sitting on, they're standing on shoals, so they got low defense tiles. I have more infantry, or feel more infantry, and I just feel a bit cheeky and reckless. I took two fronts. I thought I'll take the third. So I first struck these two infantry just because I thought, well, if they're low HP, they can't cap that bottom city. So I just decided to first strike both. So 4 health is not going to cap. So if they get cleared, the city directly above those two 8 health infantry is not going to get capped anytime soon. That was the plan. It's not a good strategy, but it's kind of has its place when you feel it. So now I'm just moving my wall around. So again, this is just tidying up at the end of the turn. So I decided to put my tank on the city because that way I can't get one shot by another tank. And then the artillery is behind to try to make sure that nothing else is coming. Now, when you're deciding between a medium tank or a neo tank, there are two ways to think about it. If you are on the defensive, your base is under threat, build a medium tank. That's enough. It'll shoo away whoever's coming near you. But a neo tank is an attacking unit. So a neo tank is something that you use to break walls. You don't use a medium tank to break walls. They are better as a defensive unit. So here we go. So because there's only one tile on that choke, the anti-air can't actually hit one of the battlecopters. So I blocked up successfully in the top corner. So again, my opponent is trying to use that artillery really well. Now here I go, I'm losing my 2 units, but you know what? I'm okay with it. I really just wanted to make sure that that city wasn't getting capped anytime soon. A real cheeky play, I didn't really need to do it. Kind of reckless. So, it's quite choky in the middle, but I have battlecopters while my opponent does it because I airport locked him. Alright, so again, decent walls, decent positioning. We're just looking at like what I did better in my strategy to get the win. Spoiler, I won. But yeah, it's just about these are the tips, like what did I do? So you saw in the early game, I really tried to take that income straight away. And now I'm being cheeky, stealing my opponent's properties in the bottom right corner. And I've only spent, one tank, one anti-air. That's it. So that's been a really good value. So I'm just weakening a couple units, trying to make sure that nothing can get capped anytime soon, hence the reckless play. But also, as you saw, once I get one tank strike on the anti-air, then I can clear it with my battlecopters. Remember, that was the initial plan of why I did the front shift. And now I've got the money, so I went for a bomber because I'll use the battlecopters to wall break any infantry, and then I can use the bomber to take out any tanks. And now this is a problem with trying to attack into someone's production line. They're going to build something like a bomber, And then like you've got no chance. And it's a bomber moves 7 tiles, and an artillery moves 5. So yeah, it's not going to go that way. So here I'm just again weaken the anti-air. So I mean a 5 health anti-air can do a sizable amount of damage to a battlecopter, but a 3 health one really can't do too much. So what I'm trying to do is I damage the anti-air, and then I let my battlecopter run wild. Again, this is probably overkill, putting a tank on there, but what I'm doing is I'm trying to delay the caps. Just trying to hold the property by sitting on top of it. And here comes a bowling ball coming down to knock down that front line, break through, and I'm still being cheeky in the bottom right corner. So now we're at the mid game where people's charge is all ready to go. So this is the next phase. So when you get around this point, you got to decide, can I get mine first? Should I use it? So let's look at it. So this is kind of like we can see that the unit count's down on Orange Star. Income is way down, like I have 6k more properties. So unit count, unit value, all down. All the factors are down. So the only thing Orange Star has going is that he's going to get charged first. So this is his one moment to shine. If this isn't successful, unfortunately, that's GG. So let's see. So I've lost my tank. Now the anti-air's come up. The big thing about this is the bomber can take out the anti-air, but if the anti-air gets first, striker takes out the bomber. So it's all about positioning and coverage. That anti-air is scaring me, but at the same time, it's got to get that first hit. So that was the tank that hit the anti-air so that my battlecopter could run free. I understand I lost that one. So we're at the CO powers time. So as you saw, the anti-air went back to heal up to 5. It's still a threat at 5. It could take about 7 HP off a battlecopter. So still scared of it. Again, I'm losing units here on purpose so that then I can maintain that bottom property and sit on it with tanks. But again, you see where my opponent's got all these units in the middle. Where is the money? It's not in the middle. It's in the corners. The corner is where the attention should be. My opponent, Orange Star, didn't do the CO power. That was the one chance. And now it's just tidy up time. So you can watch it if you want, but I'm just tidying up. I'm making sure that I got a nice room here, and down it goes. So as you can see, anti-air's taken out. Everything's surrounded. It's not getting out. I've won that top corner. I've won the bottom right corner because that's uncontested. So it's just a mid to worry about. And yeah, it was GG. It was GG when Orange Star didn't get the CO power. So what are the lessons we can take from this? So it was, if you're going to spend money on an APC, get your money's worth. You just saw how efficiently I used it. I got boosts, I did all my transports, and then I only wasted it as a blocker once I'd already achieved maximum value out of it. I got my money's worth. I got my corner ahead of time. I cheekily did an airport lock down the bottom corner. So my tank, first of all, went first. It persuaded my opponent from trying to cap those cities. Then I followed it up with the anti-air, which then tried to airport lock. After that, I did my front switch to protect the middle and also get that anti-air hit in the top corner, which made the difference there. I did 3 battlecopters to outnumber the anti-air just in case I wasn't successful in that method. And then, yeah, it was just at that point, everything just fell into place. I can walk into artillery range, or I can just hit the artillery. As you can see, the middle's falling as well. So I didn't, you don't need to watch this, but you can just see that all I did was do things just a touch more efficiently throughout the whole game. I was reckless at the times that I could afford being reckless, but I think I was strategic at the other points. So what was the defining decisions? The defining decisions was again, um, I took those middle cities. So I city skipped in the beginning, and I took those middle cities in the middle section. I used my APC movements very efficiently to take the top corner. I had a tank following the APC if I wanted it to protect against an early recon or early tank. So yeah, again, the mid game kind of fell into place really easily for me because of that opening that went so successful. So if I can give Orange Star any tips, it's just plan, have an efficient movement, really try to work on efficiency because more money, more options. Um, yeah, so really plan the map out, plan your decisions, plan. But yeah, efficient movements, don't waste units, move everything to full movement, and just just be careful with reckless decisions. Because the top left and the bottom right, they were not bad decisions, but I felt they were a bit reckless because it's not live as async, so I had time to think out good plans. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that you learned something from it. Again, this wasn't trying to be advanced tips, it's just low level tips. What things you could do to improve your game at the 700 to 900 level uh, to just get out and get those elo going up. Thank you so much. Have a good day.